Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, Planning with Bree. I'm Bree, and today I will be completing a spread for the book I finished in January called Feeding Your Soul by Tabitha Brown. So I got some inspiration for this spread from two people that I follow here on YouTube, Leela Journals and A is for Anaya. I just love how they put their spreads together and the multimedia that they use. So one of my favorite quotes from Tabitha Brown's book is define yourself for yourself. So I took one of the tricks that I used from my February spread and I typed that quote out over and over and printed it out on a sheet of paper. And that is what I'm using to try and make an envelope with. So you guys just saw me kind of struggling with the paper, trying to get the folding correct, but I couldn't quite get it. So I had to pause the recording, go back and look at the pictures, and I was finally able to get the folding right. Look at that. It's such a cute little envelope. I love this idea, and you will be seeing more envelopes in my spreads from now on. So now I'm just going to glue down some of the pieces. Specifically, I'm going to glue down those small triangles in the bottom left and right hand corner so that those are secure. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue between those two side flaps so that those are glued together for the opening. And then I'm going to put some more glue on those triangular shapes that I just glued up. So that way I only put glue on those spots so that I could keep the flexibility in the envelope. I didn't want it to be too stiff, so I didn't want to glue too much down, but I still wanted it to be secure. So then I'm going to just put it under my stamps box while I do the rest of my spreads. Now the pretty spread. I chose the color scheme of yellows, browns like chocolates, and golden browns and neutrals, and some blues, a little bit of blue, because I wanted to match the cover of her book. And I also love this color scheme because it's bright, energetic, and calming all at the same time. And I think Tabitha Brown would appreciate this color scheme. So I'm just kind of gluing down some pieces that I found from Pinterest. I used in the background this yellow brick pattern. I found some lines that were in shades of yellow. I found this word that says honey in yellow, and that's one of her favorite words. She uses it all the time. A little strip of a color scheme and a piece of craft paper, lined craft paper. So after I glue down Tabitha Brown's cover, I then go ahead and glue that envelope that I made. I glue that down in the center of my paper. And I'm going to let my math book sit on it for a minute or so that everything is pressed down real good before I go on to the next layer. So I wanted to do this type of setup just because, like I've been saying in my previous videos, I've been wanting to do things like this in my last bullet journal that I did last year. But it's just that I'm finally getting the ideas, I guess, to do them. So I just really love doing the multimedia spreads now. They're so cute. I still like to draw and paint, but these are my favorite right now. So what I'm doing right now is kind of writing the definition of myself, is what I like to call it, on this circular pattern that I found. And I just really like the idea of writing in a circle. That's why I chose it. To be honest, it took me quite a bit of time to find this image on Pinterest. I'm not sure if I wasn't searching the right things. I don't know, but I finally found it, and I just kind of wrote the things that I loved to do. One of the things she talks about in the book is basically get to know who you are and love yourself, respect yourself. So, that's what that circle is for. And then what I plan to put inside the envelope is the person I want to grow to be. So at the top of the next spread, I'm going to include the 5 things that I think I may include on all of my book spreads. And that's the title and author of the book, the date I start and finish the book, and my rating for the book. So for this book, I gave it a 5-star rating. And the rest of this spread is going to be for the summary, my favorite quotes, and the big topics that she talked about, the most encouraging, and the things that I found to be the most helpful and enlightening throughout the book. So one of the things that I wrote down that I really enjoyed how she talked about was the feeling of discouragement and moving past it. I had a major shift in my life and in my career about 6 or 7 months ago, and that was a place of discouragement for me. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes some people in your life make it feel like you're not supposed to be discouraged by things that happen. They kind of like just dust it off and move on, and you'll find something else, or you can always go back into it. You know, they really are trying to be positive, but it makes it feel as if you're not supposed to be in that space. And in her book, Tabitha Brown talks about how discouragement is normal and it's okay to feel it, but you have to move past it, which that was very powerful for me to hear or for me to read, because I can console myself all day, but if I feel like I am abnormal for my feelings, then it hinders me from the growth and from the progress. So just hearing or seeing someone who has grown to be the public figure that she is, just saying that, look, this is okay, it happens, you know, it's normal, we get that feeling, it was very, very helpful. So I finished that spread off with a cute little square with some white petals, and then the overall theme of the book, which is just to be free. After that, I add some finishing touches to the other spread, like quotation marks and my 5 out of 5 for the overall book rating. And then I'm going to stamp I am on the cover of the envelope. To be honest, I just was looking for ways to use these stamps because I fell in love with them. So here's the final spread, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.